Welcome to Bad Dog Comedy TV and Squirrel Talk Live, presented by the Sonar Network. Now, please give it up for the hosts of the Squirrel Talk podcast, Selena, Vyle, and Vicki Licks.
Hola, everybody. Hola. Welcome to Squirrel Talk, the live podcast tonight on Bad Dog TV.
Courtesy of the Sonar Network.
Yes, to the Sonar Network. I'm very excited to be a part of this. I am Vicki Licks, the host, and my co-host here is Selena Vyle, right over there.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, Selena?
I'm doing okay. I'm having a nice day. I went and got some blood work done today. I ran some errands, and I put on some makeup for you.
What kind of blood work? That's not my business. That's your business.
No, it is. I'll tell, because it's important to take care of your health. Right. Last year, my doctor found out that I have high cholesterol, and it's been a while since we've checked on that. So he ordered some more blood work to find out if I'm healthy yet. And I don't think I am.
The diagnosis is grim. I'm kidding. I don't know.
It might be.
High cholesterol, that was the main problem for the blood work?
That's right. He just wants to make sure that I'm, taking care of myself.
Less McDonald's. You got to slow down on the...
I'm not big on McDonald's. I'm more of a Burger King kind of girl.
Oh, she likes the Burger King. All right. I gotcha.
You do. You got me.
You look great, so don't worry. You look healthy.
And so do you. You got your new ring light. Your lip is looking particularly red tonight.
I do. I learned how to do lips for the very first time in 20 years. We're here.
It takes many years of practice to get drag right. And sometimes you never get it right, but we're doing our lips now. Look at us.
You know what, though? It's because we haven't been doing drag. I'm not doing drag at all these days. I'm doing it random times here and there, doing it on a podcast. I'm in full drag for a podcast. Let's not get it twisted, sister. But, we're not doing drag as often. So whenever I'm doing it now, it's like, wait a second. How do I put on a lash?
Yeah. How do I do my eyes again? How do you draw an eyebrow?
Yeah. Can I wear 2 eye patches? Is that okay?
I would love to see that look.
I've done 1 eye patch before where I poked myself in the eye with a liquid eyeliner and my eye was like red. So I just put an eye patch on it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We got some people in the chat right now popping off.
Popping off?
Popping off. That's right, Michael. I am a Domino's girl. That's my thing.
You are a Domino's girl. I like my pizza, but sometimes I forget the chicken. And I ordered it for the chicken,
How do you know if you're eating the pizza or the cardboard box? It tastes the same.
Oh, brutal. Oh, she is reading them to filth. Oh, my God. The reviews are in. Yelp.
I'm a comedy queen. Listen, what's this blood work? You're saying blood work. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Yeah, I hope it does too. I hope I'm great. I hope I'm healthy.
You look healthy. You look pregnant.
I look what? Pregnant?
That's not what I meant. I mean, your face. I mean, you've got a healthy pregnant glow. I don't mean you look pregnant,
It's courtesy of this ring light I'm using. It's the 18-inch.
Yeah, I have a 10-inch, but I really need, a lot more inches.
You heard it here. I'm bigger than my mother.
True. Well, some parts. So, and by the way, if you guys want to check out more podcasts from the Sonar Network, I recently did a podcast with Aaron Pym, the Bedpost Podcast. It's available on the sonarnetwork.com. Check it out. And we talk all things sexy, and it's super fun. And I am loving being a part of the Sonar Network. Are you enjoying this, Selena?
I love it. I've also been on the Bedpost Podcast years ago.
Yes.
And one more round with Trisha Black. I've been on That's How I Remember It, because I am also did comedy as a boy. So sometimes I'm on as my boy persona, sometimes my girl persona. Go to the Sonar Network and click on our names, and you'll find out how to hear us on other things. Selena, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The Flintstones looks works. Thank you. Bam, bam. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I'm also here, people. I'm also here. So if you would like to compliment Vicki, you may. It's always about her.
Yeah, shoot Vicki some call. It's because they know I need it. They know that my ego is fragile.
I don't need it.
You give off an air of confidence. You give off a little like, I'm the shit. I don't need to hear from you.
I hide my trauma well. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I keep my trauma in my shoulders.
There's lots of space in there for it.
It's true. So let's talk shop, Selena Vyle. We are doing Squirrel Talk. If you have never listened to our podcast, please check it out on the Sonar Network. We talk about all things drag, and we facilitate that with RuPaul's Drag Race primarily. RuPaul's Drag Race America, UK, Canada. It's getting very exciting for us Canadian drag queens, so check us out. And we've been talking about season 13 in UK. How are we feeling about those seasons right now, Selena, in a nutshell?
I'm loving UK. It's endless entertainment. I love the group of people they have there. It's very fun, very sexy. And then I like the queens who are on season 13. I find it kind of a slug the way they have started the season. I can't wait for some people to go home so we can pick it up a little bit.
There is a snail trail behind season 13 for sure. I love UK. What does this say?
Is Shanice here?
Oh, she's saying we're both looking fantastic. Okay. I'm not going on Instagram, Shanice. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'll go on Instagram Live later.
She'll do it for us. Yeah. What's an Ultra Ball mug? Oh, my Ultra Ball. I thought you meant my face as the mug, but no, this is my Ultra Ball mug. Yeah.
Is that Pokemon? Pokemon? What is that?
Also, Ultra Ball mug. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? UK is fabulous. It's campy. It is like that high theatrical drag that I love, you love, we love in the House of Lakes. So I'm obsessed with it. And they're really kicking it up a notch from season 1, which is in the season 2 is what we want. We want to see things kicked up to another level, right? Yeah. And season 13, again, it's not a second season. It's the 13th season. So it's feeling like it's not as fresh, but they tried to freshen it up in some ways. But like you said, it's a bit of a slog. 4 episodes for a premiere is a lot. Although we got to know the girls very well. We know how tardy Kimura is. She's never going to be on time.
Don't be tardy for the party. Oh, don't be tardy for the party. Oh, Hillary Yass is in the chat. And Adam.
Adam and Hillary are here. Yes.
Hillary is a frequent co-host of Squirrel Talk.
Yes, Hillary has joined us before. We've had many co-hosts. You can check it out on the Sonar Network. You can see all the different co-hosts we've had.
Mm-hmm. And it's a great website because it links you to every podcast they've been on, every episode of a podcast they've been on. So go to the Sonar Network and check it out.
Very thorough. I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we talk about right now?
We can talk about how there are some questions that people have asked us.
Oh, yes. Let's do that.
Would you like to do that? We have quite a few.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. There's some good ones. There's some that I'm not going to mention, Shanice, but there are some good ones. This one came to the Sonar Network's Instagram when they put out a call. And this one asks, this is interesting, if you had to compare your drag persona to an animal, Vicki, which animal would it be?
A walrus.
I am the walrus cuckoo cachoo.
No hesitation here. A walrus.
Have you thought about this before?
Yeah, I have. You know, people don't think they're majestic because of how they look, but they are so majestic. They have beautiful tusks coming out of them. And did you know they whistle? They can whistle.
Can you whistle?
No.
Well, then you're not a walrus.
You're right. I don't know why I came up with that conclusion.
I'll whistle for you. Here, you pretend to whistle and I'll whistle for you, okay? Beautiful.
Thank you. What would you be, Selena?
I think I might be like a lemur. Is that what Timon was?
Simone was a lemur?
Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh, I thought you meant Simone. I was like, where are we going with this? Simone was a meerkat.
A meerkat. I think I'm a meerkat. Because I'm small and adorable, but I'm like all over the place and funny.
I guess I could be a warthog. Yeah, we could be a double act.
When I was a young warthog.
Great question. I love those kind of animal questions. You know I love animals.
We actually have a question in the chat from Otter Production. What's this? Ooh, what color best represents your drag? I'm going to say for me, green. Green is a color that I gravitate towards a lot. I have a lot of it in my closet. And it's just that like emerald jewel tone. I like, I don't know, I feel like a gem.
And the best part is you do a lot of green screen work, so we can just make the rest of you disappear.
I'm like Kimora Hall. I'm a tree.
Where'd you go? I enjoy, I'm having a red moment. I'm getting a lot of red things lately. I'm doing a lot of red. But I do love gold, and I'm wearing gold. So maybe that's, red and gold.
Red and gold.
Yeah. You know what? I used to work for Suser Lee. I don't know. He was a famous celebrity chef. He was on MasterChef.
You worked for him there?
What?
Where did you work for him?
In Toronto. It was my first serving job. It was a nightmare. You seen Hell's Kitchen?
No, I don't watch cooking shows.
Okay, so Hell's Kitchen is terrible, but this place was like 10 times that on steroids. It was awful to work there.
Name the restaurant. Is it still open?
What?
Is the restaurant still open?
Oh yeah, it's a famous restaurant, Suser Lee. Anyways, he was obsessed with me because he was eccentric. He's an eccentric man. That's why he's a celebrity. So he was obsessed with me, and he kept asking me all these drag questions. He was like, you know what? If you want to wear heels to work, you can. And he was like, what's your favorite color? I was like, gold. He's like, oh, I love gold. Like he was just obsessed with me.
Can you imagine serving in heels?
I tried to quit 3 times. They wouldn't let me.
They loved you too. See, you're too good at your job. That's why. That's the problem.
They bullied me. They were so mean. They were so awful. You heard it here first. I'm dropping the Suser Lee tea.
A great way to quit your job is to just leave and never come back.
I've done that before too.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it there though. I needed to get the rest of my paychecks and stuff.
Fair enough. Get your money, sister.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, the worst? Oh, okay. I'll tell you. I used to work at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I've worked in many different Hard Rock cafes.
Say no more.
I had a great time. I loved it there. Except I left Toronto's Hard Rock Cafe, moved to Ottawa, and then I came back, and that's when I hated it. That's when I just like, everyone was such a lifer and such a loser. And just like, I hope some of them are in the chat right now. Just like people who complain about their job, but they'll never leave it. You know that they like, it's all they have in the world. It's just like, I can't. And like restaurants breed that kind of person. Like they really, that like cult-like behavior where like you have to say rock and roll when the food's ready. Like that kind of thing.
That was my last job, was at a restaurant. They were all lifers. I was there for 10 years. I was a lifer.
You were a lifer.
But I was like, don't you dare call me that. And they were all just complaining about the same thing every day. I was like, we're going to complain about the same thing every day. It's going to happen tomorrow. Why are you complaining about this? Drove me crazy. I won't go back. I won't go back. I'm going to be standing on the street corner with my leg out, hoping for some Timbits. Doesn't matter. That's my new life over restaurants. I swear to God.
Word to that. Hillary says, I get you. I try to quit drag every year. You actually, this is around the time of year where Hillary asks, should I quit drag? And every year my answer is yes, go ahead. But she never does.
Yeah, we're still waiting for you to quit. I need to make space in my house, Hills. There's a bedroom. You're taking it up.
Listen, Vicki and I do Squirrel Talk podcast twice a week, but Hillary asked if our episodes are too long, go check out Hillary Ass's YouTube because she does 1 minute recaps.
1 minute.
1 minute recaps.
Yeah.
Get it all in a minute.
Very funny. Very funny. We are not funny. She is funny. There you go. Did you like that, Hills? Did you enjoy that?
You think you're funny. We love you.
Yeah, there you go.
Would you like another question?
Yeah, why not?
All right. This one is a good one. I like this one a lot. What has been your best year in drag thus far and why?
2020 when I didn't do it. Honestly,
you did more drag this year than ever. You did a weekly show on Instagram.
Yeah, but that wasn't. Yeah, I mean, 2020 wasn't a terrible year for me. I know it was terrible for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. But like I said, I got into the restaurant business. I'm doing some like writing on TV work stuff. So it's like things are happening that I'm excited about. And I'm doing more things that I want to do. So that's always good. But in terms of like drag, what's my best year? You answer that first so I can think. What's your best year in drag?
My best year is 2019, and that's because it's the only year where I did drag, like the only full year where I got to do drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I started in 2017, but no one knew who I was until mid 2018. But then 2019 is like, I started off the year right away with 2 weekly shows and a couple of monthlies. And, you know, I got to headline or host Latinx stage for Toronto Pride. And I got to do a lot of really cool things. So yeah, 2019 for sure. It was my busiest year. It's where I made the most money in drag and I met the most people.
I've had a lot of good years in drag, but I think one of my favorites is like back in like 2011. Like when I was working at Zelda's, that was great.
Zelda. I wish I was around for this. Like I was around as a person, I was around, but I wasn't a drag queen. I wish I was part of the scene then.
Zelda's was amazing, and I wish we had something like that now because it was just a great combination of what you see on Church Street, but also just that like Montreal stuff too. It's a cabaret style, and I was doing live comedy there. Like I was doing stand-up weekly. I was producing and hosting that show, and it was just like a really positive, like uplifting environment, which I don't find there is a lot of that for drag and comedy specifically.
Yeah.
So Zelda's, I will always miss and like think about my days at Zelda's.
I long for those days, and I wasn't even there for it.
You know, they used to do Drag Idol at Zelda's. That's where a lot of the girls who started in my generation, we did the Drag Idol. I never did it. I did the Drag Race and Cruise and Tangos, but there was the Drag Idol.
See, I went to see a drag idol one year when it was Avery and Heroin, who's now Visa Decline. So I went a night when they did it, and I was just blown away by like what I was like. They're so funny. There was such good comedy drag that night.
It was such good. It was my favorite night. I love those two, and the Cruise and Tangos Drag Race. Listen, I loved going to those. Those were always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we both competed in that.
Both competed. Where did you place?
Fourth. You placed?
I'm a runner-up, baby.
Number 2, baby.
I might have won. We have to recount the votes.
There was a recount your year?
No, I didn't win. But I was very close, I think. I can't say that, but I just did.
Listen, I'm just going to say it. Cruise and Tangos will pick the person to win that they want to work there.
That's it. And don't get me started on Cruise and Tangos. Oh, my gosh.
Close it down. Okay, so
other things.
There's a question in the chat. Connor, can you bring up? Also, Connor is our incredible tech today. Thank you, Connor, for being with us.
Yes.
You got it. You got the one I want. If you were on Drag Race, what would your catchphrase be on your entrance?
I can't tell you yet.
I know. We got to save it for when we're on the show. However, I'll fake it out for you right now.
What's your housewife tagline? You do that.
Your what?
Your housewife tagline.
Your housewife tagline. Okay, I'm stealing one from my comedy troupe Panacea. Marshall Lorenzo and Alana Riot came up with this one. It's not mine. I'm going to steal it. Running a business is hard, but running away from bees is harder.
I love that. That was who wrote that?
Marshall and Alana. I don't know which one of them said it, but they both said it. They're both very funny, so it's one of them.
I can't compete with that off the top of my head. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. I can't compete with that. It's too good.
No, say it.
Mine would be something like, I eat assholes like you for breakfast or something. I don't know. Like I bench Boy Scouts. I don't know. I would have to think about it.
Right. Good. Hey, Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts was my sexual awakening. Not Boy Scouts, but Alec Baldwin on SNL. Do you remember the Canteen Boy sketch?
No.
It's predatory. It's very predatory, but Alec Baldwin is so sexy in it. I'm not going to talk about it because it's really bad.
Okay. All right. If you want to watch that, there's porn sites for Boy Scouts, which we don't endorse.
Hold on a second. Tom Hearn has a question here. Mine would be, did anyone else lose a kidney? Is that your entrance line, Tom, or is that your... I
feel like that's an outro line. That's when you've just been eliminated and you're like, did anybody else lose the kidney? Yeah, go in. Or you could write that on a mirror message, Thoughts?
You can write something threatening on the mirror, like I stole someoe's kidney. If you can figure out who it is, you can have it back.
Oh, you know what I would do? Not that I would ever write on the mirror. Hello. But I would write like a scavenger hunt on the mirror, high notes everywhere in the room, put little pieces of like nuggets of like, I don't know, poop or something. Yeah, it would be great.
I would write like, I hid one thing from each of you in someone else's workstation. Figure it out.
Or I might cut up my own wig and say it was somebody else's and leave it on the table. But that's just my dark sense of humor. Are you watching the Housewives now, Selena? You're all caught up?
Okay, I'm not caught up. I'm sorry. I'm only halfway through all the Housewives. So what happened is during the pandemic, I was back home with my mom, and she was watching the current seasons of Real Housewives of New York and Beverly Hills. And I realized I'd been missing this my whole life. So in September, I got my membership to Hey You, and I started watching The Real Housewives from the beginning, from season 1 of OC 2006. And I decided to watch every season as they aired. So I'm going through the years. I've watched over 34 seasons of Housewife. I have like 42 left to go. Halfway there. Almost halfway, yeah. So I'm in 2014. That's kind of the halfway mark.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
That's a lot to put under your belt there, but good for you.
I'm happy.
You're happy about it.
I'm really happy. It's fulfilling my life. I'm catching up to pop culture. I didn't realize how much pop culture references I've been missing.
You know what? If there's any time to watch all the Housewives, it's, during a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Also, I feel like I understand you better now that I watch Housewives.
Yes. Because I'm a slut for Housewives. I've been watching it. I started Beverly Hills. Season 1 was my first. And then I binged like the first 2 or 3 seasons of that because they were all out already. And then I caught up with like New York and New Jersey. The rest is history.
I'm dressed for Jersey right now because that is my favorite show. Although I've just finished season 5, and that's when the Wakilis and the Manzos and the Loritas leave. So I'm not excited about watching the rest of it because I like the family aspect of it.
I'm not a big New Jersey housewife. I'm not a big one. But they were never my favorite. Although I just watched season 1 of New Jersey last night, 2 nights ago, that for the first time.
It's fun, right?
It was good. It was actually good. And because I've seen all the clips, they show all the clips throughout the season, so you feel like you know it. But I got to watch it and be in it, and I was like, fuck, I hated Caroline. I like Danielle, You
hated Caroline?
Yeah, the first, oh my God, she's a mob boss in the first one. Are you kidding me?
You love her. So Tom Hearn just asked, who are your favorite housewives? Mine is Caroline Manzo. She is
your favorite?
The queen of all. I love her because she's always right, and she knows how to get her point across, and she's terrifying. I love her.
Terrifying. She's also a real staunch Republican.
Listen.
But you know what? You know my favorites are? My favorites are Ramona Singer and Vicki Gunvalson, who are also very staunch Republicans, but they make good TV, these Republican bitches. What can I say?
They're also big assholes, both of them. I hate Vicki Gunvalson so much.
Oh, I enjoy her. I mean, I hate her, but I love her. Like there's like elements of her that just remind her of my mom. The good parts of her,
Whoop it up.
The whoop it up. Yeah, you can't. Vicki's good. The fact that she was an OG from the OC and she lasted this long, she got out at the right time though, because they might be canceling the OC. The last season was like controversial.
They should have canceled it after season 5. It's such a bad show. It's the most boring one of all of them.
What's the one that sparked the rest of them?
Yeah, but then once the others came in, they like OC just like.
It's true. It's at the bottom of my list. But I'm loving Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That is fun. And I wasn't sure. I didn't know. I was like, oh, Mormon sister wives? I don't know. But it's actually they're all drinking. They're all just like having lots of sex with random people. It's great.
Well, that's Heather. You just described Heather.
Well, listen, I'm here for Heather. Just wait. Just like my pioneer ancestors, I'm paving a new way.
This Rose isn't afraid of a little prick.
That's a great one, too.
I love Whitney.
She's talking about her husband's dick. What's happening?
Adam just asked, did I include Real Housewives of Toronto in my binge viewing? I haven't yet because I'm not at 2017 yet, but also I don't know where to find it because it's not on Hey You. Where do I watch Housewives of Toronto? I have worked with one of the housewives. She's hired me.
And
Kaplan. She's hilarious.
Toronto is not bad. It wasn't everybody's favorite, but there was like a lot. Anne was great. Loved Anne. There's a couple of others that were not bad. It was like very Canadian, and like some of them were like so Canadian that it was like, oh, I don't know, girls.
Right.
I don't mean that as a slur, but it was just like, okay.
I hear you. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was worried about Vancouver, but Vancouver was very entertaining.
I didn't like Vancouver either, though. I really didn't.
I liked it except for Amanda. She was too Canadian.
I don't even remember. See, I blocked that out of my mind.
Throw her off the boat.
I didn't like Mary. I remember Mary. I didn't like Mary.
Mary Zilba?
I didn't like her.
It ain't Elvis Aaron Presley. It ain't. That's her big hit, Hero.
Was she singing a song?
Every day on the show. Hillary Yass has a question, which is, what about Chrishell? I mean, Olivia Lux. There's a follow-up.
Well, I've been selling Sunset for sure during the pandemic. That was a real good watch. I like that a lot. I am here for Christine Quinn all day. I am Team Quinn. Chrishell is a bitch. I can't stand her. I see through you, Chrishell.
We don't trust Chrishell. Do not trust Chrishell. I used to watch her on Young and the Restless, and I was like, she's a bad actress. And she's a bad actress on Selling Sunset, too.
Yeah, she doesn't sell any sunsets. What's happening?
She's only selling sunrises.
She's selling bogus sunsets. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I don't know. Just she's that fake smile where she's like,
Because she was homeless and smelly when she was a kid.
Oh, well, she brings that up every episode. I was like, oh, okay, stop bringing up the homeless and smelly. I don't need to feel bad for you for being homeless. And by the way, you were never homeless and smelly, okay?
Oh, she was. Don't tell her she was. Have you seen
Don't tell a bush kid that you were homeless and smelly. Okay?
You at least had an outhouse.
Did you shit in an outhouse, Chrishell? You probably went to a 7-Eleven bathroom. You privileged bitch.
Are we having a homeless off here? I don't think this is PC.
I'm just angry for no reason.
What's Otter saying? Otter is saying, if you had to pick a Rue girl who you would be cast in a season. Wait, hold on. If you had to pick a Rue girl who would be cast in a season of Real Housewives, let's pretend they are real women with kids and a husband. Okay, great.
Trinity the Tuck for sure.
Yeah, she belongs there because she's a controversial figure.
Yeah, she would do well in Atlanta as like a Kid and Zolzia. She thinks she's a black trans woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would need Jujubee there for comedy. Like Jujubee would be like the one who's just drinking in the corner, making comments on everybody.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Be like a Carol Radziwill.
Yeah. Who else could I have? I'm just blanking. Just throw a name out at me. I can't even think.
Raven.
No.
Okay.
Not as a housewife.
Derek Barry.
Yeah, Derek could be. She would be like a one-season housewife.
She would. She'd be like Peggy.
She'd be an OC. Yeah, she'd be OC for sure. Real Housewives of OC.
My God, this is a great question, though. I can't really.
Alaska would be a great housewife.
She would. She'd be like an Aviva.
Yeah, she'd be an Aviva, but also from Beverly Hills. I feel that. Yeah.
Right.
Sherry Pie. No,
don't say that name. She'll show up.
Listen, I just read her script for Belk. I don't know what happened.
Don't. You've been talking too. Okay, here's an interesting question from Shanice. Who are some non-Canadian or American drag performers you look up to? Are there any like international drags that you're into?
Non-Canadian or American?
Non-Canadian, non-American.
God
did you hear that?
God bless you. Yes, I did.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Oh yeah, Hillary's right. Alyssa would be a great person for Housewives.
Oh, that's so obvious. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
On all the franchises. Miami would be Dallas, obviously Dallas. What am I saying? Yes, I do. I like Lily Savage from the UK is iconic. She was before RuPaul even. Check out Lily Savage. She's a Liverpool lass stand-up comedian. Also, Panty Bliss from Ireland is great. I love Panty Bliss. She's also very funny. Dame Edna is great. Now, a lot of people don't like to consider her necessarily a drag queen, but she is. Yeah. She's a drag actor as well. And just classic, you know. Who else from the world? Those are the ones off the top of my head. Who do you think?
Australia has some really great ones, like Art.
Art Simone, who I'm sure we'll see on like. By the way, RuPaul's Down Under. It's not even called Australia's Drag Race. It's called RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under.
Down Under.
Down Under.
There's some fantastic queens down there, but also like in Mexico, there's the Durangos. Cordelia Durango is a wonderful bearded queen down there. But then Barbara Durango does incredible looks that you should all check out. It's Barbara_Durango on Instagram.
The garage full of Durangos.
That's right. The Durangos are everywhere. They're taking over.
Durango ate my baby. Wait, the Durango ate my baby.
Close. You're not Meryl Streep. I don't know.
I've got streep throat.
Streep throat. That's good. Use that.
It's already done on Canada's Drag Race. I stole it.
What? Who did it on Canada's Drag Race?
It was a throwaway line from JVC. He said it to Boa when they were saying, "You did not give us streep throat."
Oh, we don't talk about JBC. And also in Lebanon, I like Leticia Bombay. Letiza Bombay. There's a Z in there. So if you can find her, check her out. Saphael King, great drag queen over there, who does a lot of stuff with Canadian drag performers online.
Fab. Love it. We're getting more international versions. There's Drag Race Spain coming out.
We just had Holland.
They're popping them out like crazy. It's
Where's
great.
Germany? They were supposed to be Germany.
Germany's coming. I mean, I think they're in the midst of a real pandemic problem there right now.
True.
But I wondered, when did Spain film? Because they've really been hit hard by the COVID.
They really have, too. I don't know if they actually have filmed yet. I think they just announced it.
Oh, maybe they just announced it then. Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like they had a premiere date already set.
I don't know. I don't remember seeing a date.
I don't remember. There's a lot of international versions. You know we're going to get a world drag idol at some point here with Kelly Clarkson, Ryan Malcolm, and the rest.
I love it. Gilligan's Island. So there's a question here that goes with what we were just talking about international seasons. In your opinion, how does the Toronto drag scene need to change in order to be more diverse? What are some changes you'd like to see over here?
Start it over. Scrap it all.
Burn it to the ground. Start over.
Bring in the truck.
Beep, beep, beep.
How do I really feel? You know what? I love Toronto drag. I really do. I mean, I've been here this entire time. I've been doing it since 2007 in Toronto. And like I said, Zelda's was the whole period of like amazing like cabaret style drag that I love here. So it's been like, it's going through ups and downs. What was the question?
How does the Toronto drag scene need to change in order to make it more diverse?
To make it more diverse. Well, that is suggesting that it's not diverse. I do think it is diverse, though. I think we have a good diversity. But I think things like Canada's Drag Race are really going to help that. I think having more people like Jimbo appear on Canada's Drag Race, nobody expected Jimbo to come out of, nobody from Toronto knew of Jimbo. They're probably like, who is this person? I've never heard of you from Vancouver Island. What? Who cares? A drag clown? I never. Right? And now we're seeing like they had the biggest following. People are obsessed with them. And they have the talent to back it up. So there's drag from all over the place. And I think we need to recognize there's so many different ways to do drag.
There is. And we do have a really bustling scene over here in the West End. Unfortunately, all of our West End venues have shut down or are at risk of shutting down permanently due to COVID. They've all lost their spaces. So
I would add to that, like all the spaces, period, have really been suffering and are shutting down mostly, you know? So it's not just the West End, but it's really like Church Street, the East End, it's just really all the queer spaces are being closing down.
But nothing on Church Street has officially closed yet, and everything in the West End has. We've lost the Beaver, we've lost Mod Club, we've lost Round Venue. Disgraceland, like all the places where I perform anyway are gone. Like we do our weekly at Disgraceland, that's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and Church Street seems to have more support around it. That's the thing is like there are GoFundMe's to help them out, and people like and whenever in the summer when COVID was lighter and bars were opening up again, they were all the ones on Church Street and people were going to shows over there. That didn't happen in the West End.
Yeah,
So,
because it's more popular. It's really kind of a popularity thing, really. And that's what I've been feeling in Toronto Drag. It's like these are the popular girls, and then we're the girls that are like, sitting under the bleachers, trying to eat glue, macaroni. Macaroni covered in glue.
I like what Otter is saying. I would be like a drag clown, but from Circus Ooh La La, a class clown. Hello, yes, no, I love that. Be a class clown. Do it. We love a good circus clown.
I love a circus clown. There's so many ways to do clown too.
Yeah,
that's also a thing. Like, there's so many different ways to do so many different types of art, and that's not specific to drag either, right? There's so many ways to be a singer. There's so many ways to be a dancer. It's the same way with drag. There is no right or wrong way to do drag.
yeah.
It's not just what you see on TV either. So, what I'm hoping for is that we're able to create a venue once this is all done. We're going to be entering the Roaring 20s. People are going to want to see some live theater and have sex parties, and I'm going to do both at the same time. And I want us to open a new venue that just really accommodates everybody. We're all in this together in that way, right? So let's do that.
Mm-hmm. I also do want to speak in terms of diversity, of like racial diversity and gender as well, because we do see a lot of shows, especially in the West End, that are predominantly cis white males who do drag, and a lot of people who form friendships. There's a lot of like white people forming friendships with each other, and then like, well, I just cast my friends, and then it's like, well, that leaves out other people who, like, a new Black queen who comes on the scene doesn't necessarily get the support that a new white queen on the scene would get. And I would like to see that balanced out a little bit more. I like to see people who produce shows look at their poster and see how many white faces are on there and how can they change that. I know this summer I dropped out of a show because it was too white, and I gave them names of people of color to cast, and they cast a couple of them. So like, I think it's really important also for us as like white presenting people to speak up about that as well, and help boost up the people who don't necessarily have the support in general that we do.
Representation matters, and part of the reason that maybe they don't get the opportunities is because there's nobody else representing those opportunities right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why having Priyanka win Canada's Drag Race was a really important thing. She's a very talented performer, but a lot of she's also a person of color. And that just gives representation to a lot of people of color. So representation really does matter. And I think that's part of what we need to move forward with in Toronto Drag. And I would also add to that Toronto is also one of the most culturally diverse cities in the entire world. I think it was actually named the most culturally diverse city in the world.
Look at us.
Yeah, so there's a lot of talent here. And that's why, there's a lot of different queens from Toronto getting on Canada's Drag Race, because they represent a lot more cultural diversity than maybe is happening in the rest of Canada, perhaps. I'm just going to finish this thought. A lot of people are angry that, different parts of Canada aren't all represented, but we also need representation from racial equality too, and different types of drag. So there's that to consider,
That was my point as well, so I'm glad you said it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stop.
Another question we have is, what is something you like about living in isolation right now? And I know you like a lot of things about it.
I love that I can diddle myself 24 hours a day. No, I like that I don't have to dress up. I'm not wearing any pants. That's wonderful.
I know I'm not wearing anything on the bottom right now. If I stand up, you'll get a show.
Let's see, there's nothing. There's nothing here. There's look.
All right.
Ooh!
I am also in my undies.
Are we matching?
I'm wearing blue.
Oh.
All right, stop showing off.
It's a turquoise.
Oh, I see. Actually, maybe mine is too. No, mine's blue.
I'll be honest though, if I start doing drag again at some regular point, I'm gonna be very rusty. Because wearing like the bottom half of drag, that's the nastiest part.
It hurts now too. Because my weight has changed. So like nothing fits the way it used to. It's exhausting. I'm out of breath putting on tights, so I don't bother with it anymore.
Oh God. What am I doing? How am I getting my cardio in? I'm not running around places. I'm not like those joggers. I'm not going to become a jogger.
You're on the 14th floor. My challenge to you is to walk those stairs every day. Go up and down once.
Challenge not accepted. Rejected. Declined.
Come on.
No, I don't do stairs. Are you kidding? I didn't do stairs in 10 years of working at that restaurant. That restaurant was full of stairs. I was like, I am not going up these goddamn stairs carrying pizzas. Are you kidding me?
Mm. Adam is saying, I have not worked a day from home since March. Wait, I have not worked a day from home?
Since March without wearing pajama bottoms.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. I read the first half without reading the second half. Yes. That's
everybody's doing their Zoom calls half naked. You know?
As they should.
President Clinton would have loved this era. Are you kidding?
Monica Lewinsky doll on my gown. I definitely used to find him sexy.
Bill Clinton?
You never found him sexy?
God, no.
I was jealous of Monica. And when he played that saxophone, come on the Arsenio Hall show?
No, thank you. No, thank you. It's all yours, Hills. It's all yours, Hills. Not you, yes. Miss Clinton, if she's nasty.
And she is.
Are you getting a lot of sex? I'm not having any sex.
Am I getting a lot of sex?
Yeah, I haven't. I am being really good about everything. I have not had any sex. I'm chaste. I am become a nun. There's dust where there was never dust.
Oh
I'm
no!
Like an hourglass falls out of me.
She's cobwebs. Cobwebs over here. I'm going to admit it. I have had sex. However, I vetted the people I had sex with. I made sure that they are immunocompromised people, so they haven't been seeing other people. So
immunocompromised.
That's right. And I spaced them out. It was one in March and one in December. So it's you know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, because you got to be safe.
You gotta be safe. You gotta.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I want to scroll up to one of Otter's things. I like not having to smell other people. Yeah. About isolation, being in isolation, not having to smell other people. I think it's important. Keep your senses to yourself.
Oh, I have a thing on this. If I could smell you 6 meters, like whatever 6 feet away, 2 meters away, then you are wearing too much either deodorant or you need a bath. Okay. If I can still smell you through my mask, you are wearing too much stuff. Okay. That's a rule for everybody.
Have you put on your mask and been like, oh no, I didn't brush my teeth today? And then you just get a big waft of your own breath?
Every day, but it's just for me to know. Nobody else knows that.
Yeah, but do you like it?
I don't care. It's just for me. I'm not trying to impress myself. I'm already impressed with myself. Also, I go real nasty. I don't bathe forever. And then I wear the same pair of pants. I haven't washed them in days, like months.
Good for you.
Yeah.
No, I'm a 3-day showerer. I go 3 days before a shower.
Oh, I'm not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad.
You've got a protective film on you.
I've got a wonderful natural scent.
You know, you need the pheromones, though, to mate properly. In the animal world, it's important.
We need pheromone to call out Trinity, to call out Silky.
Yes.
She's doing great work on Twitter. God bless anybody who can get the work done on Twitter. I can't handle the Twitter myself. Oh, you're not, because you are on there, but you're not very active on it.
I don't use it. I use Facebook as my main thing for screaming into the abyss. I just usually will be like, ah! And then I post, and then I feel better. And then people add their opinion, and that's fine. But I just have to scream at something. So that's my Facebook I use. I feel like a lot of people use Twitter for that.
Yeah, I don't use Facebook anymore because I don't really get much engagement there. I get a lot more on Twitter, so I'm there because I'm needy and I like attention.
I don't need engagement, though. I just need to scream at somebody.
I need to know somebody's hearing me.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah. But nobody's hearing me on Twitter. And I just want the celebrities to hear me, but they're not hearing me yet.
You got to tag them.
Christine Quinn.
You're a dream woman.
Yeah.
Hillary would like to know if you are mask for mask.
Yes, I am asked for mask. I'm also, I am asked for mask. Yeah.
I have a couple of masks, but I don't discriminate from mask to mask.
I am strictly masked for mask in the sense of a mask.
We heard it here first. Mask with a K. Tuxedo mask?
Mosquito mask.
Mosquito mask. Mosquito mask on your face. Okay, next question. How old do you feel your drag persona is, Vicki?
50.
I'm 50.
Nobody gets jokes anymore.
People think you're actually 50.
Yeah, they think I'm actually 50. And fine, I'm 50. I look great though.
You seriously, you look wonderful for 50.
I look like a New York housewife.
Yeah, who's had just a little bit of work done, Sonia Morgan.
Sure. Yeah, a little rat poison, a little pull, a little semen on the face, as they say.
Mmm.
It tightens you up.
Would you ever do that blood facial that tasted?
No. That's fucking gross. Because people are all doing blood facials. It's just like, that's like having somebody shit on your face. I'm like, I don't need it.
I think it's fucking cool. Sonar says you don't look a day over 49.
Thank you. That's insulting, but thank you.
You know what's crazy? I'm only 9 years away from 49.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say that you don't look it, but...
But?
You look good. You look good, kid. You look good.
I do look good.
Got it. You still look at your tight. You're so tight. Look how tight you are.
You haven't even seen down there.
I don't need to. I see your face. You know what? Your butthole looks very similar to your mouth hole. So if you got a tight mouth hole.
I do have a small mouth hole. It's not a very big mouth.
I have a large mouth hole.
No, we've seen it.
Look at my uvula.
You see mine?
No. There it is. There it is. But you really have to work for it.
I do. I don't like it. I gag. I have a terrible gag reflex. Hillary says she... Oh, wait, hold on. Sonar says, how old is my drag persona? 16.
That's creepy. I don't like that.
And she's looking for a father.
No, we don't like that. We don't care for that.
Okay, fine. 18.
No, that's still no.
19.
No.
20.
Like
21.
I would say she was like 28.
What?
Yeah, like 28. Like you've seen some things. You haven't seen enough things. But you've seen some things.
I saw some things when I was 16.
No.
Okay, the next Hillary is asking or saying, I just rub blood all over my face when I get a cut. Good. That keeps you young.
Whatever you have to do, Hills.
Use your own blood. Rub it all in. Are you wearing nails?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Right now, no.
Will you be tonight?
For what?
For anything else you got to do. Maybe you're going on Instagram Live.
No, I will not be. I have to wipe my ass after this. Thank you very much.
Aha! There it is.
Aha!
Aha!
I love how Michelle Visage is becoming more like RuPaul in the way she talks.
Do you think Room to take over, or do you think RuPaul's going to do it forever?
I don't know, but I do feel like people are really happy with the 3 judges from. Well, they're not happy with them, but they were okay with the fact that RuPaul wasn't in Canada's Drag Race, which was surprising because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to like this, but I actually didn't mind it at all, and it made it really different and kind of entertaining in a new way. Yeah. So I think yes, she might be bowing out at some point, but she's also taking on Australia now too. So her husband's Australian, so she's got a very deep connection.
Yeah.
You.
I think as long as she's making money, she'll be there.
She'll be there.
Mm-hmm. She looks amazing, though. Like, she hasn't slowed down.
Listen, you can say what you want about her. She is really an incredible drag artist. Even if you don't consider her a drag artist, she is doing drag pretty often, including during a pandemic. So.
Mm-hmm. The Sonar Network has a wonderful question. Vicki, how do you discipline your daughters when they're bad? Start with Hillary. How do you discipline Hillary?
I hang up.
We've heard
going into a tunnel, Hill. Sorry.
We've heard previous podcasts where you actually slap her. Is that real?
Yes, that is real. That is every what are those sound effects called when you do Foley? Every Foley sound you've heard when the train comes and runs you over. That's real. The bus, real. The goose is real.
The goose.
I'm gonna do it right now, Hillary.
Hillary, are you okay?
That was a good one. That's gonna knock her out for a week.
I hope she's all right.
I condone violence. Violence, not violence. Violence.
I condone violence.
And for Selena, I just yell at her about Hillary things.
It's true. Ay. And that is painful for me.
Listen, we are a family. Listen, this is the truth, though. We are a family. So we, as a drag family, we actually have family dynamics. You know?
You want to talk about that because Otter is asking how many drag children you have. So you can go ahead and talk about our whole dynamic now as a family.
Okay, I'll carry on. I have 4 kids now, presently. It is Selena, Vyle, Hillary, yes, Chance, Showers, and Hugh Man. And it's a good house right now. I would say these are my children, but like also Hillary was already doing drag before I met her. But, you know, I like to take on people that do comedy, live comedy. We have a similar point of view with our drag and camp and all that stuff. So it's just kind of an open house for those kind of people that I let in. I don't let in. I bet too. They have to be somewhat immunocompromised to walk into my house.
Absolutely. You can't have a healthy person, like 100%.
No, they have to be somewhat down and out for me to, you know, rehabilitate them like Dr. Drew or something.
That's right. So you can mold them into what you need from us, just like the Scientologists.
Like an acting teacher, I break them down and then I build them up in my image.
Woo, we could go on about theater school, but we won't.
But what I was saying before is like we are a family and that we have regular family dynamics. You know, we have disagreements, but we always support each other. At the end of the day, we're sisters, we're family, we're sisters and brothers. You know, it really is a chosen family.
Right. It really is. And I love our little family. I think we're beautiful together.
And you have to have disagreements sometimes. You have to have those. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, and that's for any relationship. If you don't have those, you're living laws.
Hillary is saying crippling depression is essential to be in this house, and that is correct.
It is true. We all have had some crippling depression.
We have.
Yes.
Zoff has a wonderful question here. What is your favorite drag look, and where have you worn it?
Why don't you answer this? You wear a lot of Zoff, don't you?
I do wear a lot of Zoff.
You better answer Zoff. He's fishing for a compliment here.
Well, here's the thing: is Zoff made me a beautiful gown for my Miss Rico's my Miss Rico's pageant for my evening gown look.
Gown pageant competition gown.
Competition. It's gold. It's sheer. It's like it's a nude illusion, and there's gold fringe chain on it. It's lacy. It's beautiful, and I never got to wear it because the competition got canceled the day of due to COVID. So that never happened. But I did wear it in a video for the Beavers closing party. So if you go to my Instagram, you can find a video called Home, and it's a Goodbye Beaver video. So I wore that dress in that. But my actual favorite look, I'm sorry, Zoff, that wasn't my favorite because my favorite was made by Vicki and art by Joel McMeekin. It is my paper dress look. It is it's like a burst of paper, basically. It's like a large origami piece, and I wore it with like tall pageant hair with a piece in my hair as well. And I performed it at Cruise and Tango's Drag Race in 2018. I sang Meadowlark by Patti LuPone from the musical The Baker's Wife, and it was a whole moment. It was beautiful. There were wings involved. It was all made of paper. It was fantastic.
It was a pretty good moment. I'm pretty proud of that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you did incredible work on that dress.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. It was inspired by Joel did an art piece that was like the origami paper that was like a wall art piece. We basically made that the bodice, and then we just accentuated the rest of the dress and made it into something else.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite look, babe?
My favorite look, it's always changing. I feel like I'm always finding new looks that I like, but I usually won't wear a look unless I love it.
Right.
I don't wear drag that I don't love. I don't wear something that I'm like, I don't know how I like this. I just won't wear it. So I have to love it to wear it. So talk to me, Zoff. Let's do something. Let's make something happen.
Zoff is currently giving away fabrics. If you need anything, I'm going to pick some stuff up right after this podcast, actually, because he's just down the street.
I'm only looking for Muppet fur. So unless you have Muppet fur, and it must be a very country shoulder.
I'm going to pick some stuff up, and if you like anything that I pick up, we can talk.
We can talk. What are you, Carolyn Manzo?
We can talk. You want to talk? Also, Zoff designs a lot for Ann Kaplan, who we talked about already from Real Housewives of Toronto.
Oh, I love Ann Kaplan's fashions. It's so fabulous.
That's how I met her, was through Zoff. So good connection there. We have 5 minutes left, so we're almost at the end of our pod. Right now we have a question from Otter. I think it's a question. If you were to make a dress for a drag queen, no one in particular, how are you supposed to get it to them? How would they want it to be delivered? Usually people work with local designers. Where are you based, Otter? Because mostly people work with local designers. If they work with someone international, I don't know how that works, so they haven't done it yet. But Vicki, you do order online a lot, right? You order from Couture.
Yes, I ordered this coat online, actually. But it's very expensive because the exchange rate is like crazy. So it's much cheaper to order from Canada and from people you know in Canada.
Otter is in Florida. Okay.
Well, well, then you could order from Canada, and that would be much cheaper for you.
I think Otter is a designer and looking to sell to queens. Is that right, Otter? I think it is. But also, you have a great. You're in Naples. I don't know where that is in Florida, but Florida has an incredible drag scene.
This is Italy. They're Italian.
No, but no, Naples, Florida.
Oh,
am I right? You have an incredible scene in Orlando, in Miami. Fort Lauderdale, like there's a lot of drag queens over there that you could probably reach out to if you want to start making stuff for them. But yeah, I don't really know how all that shipping stuff works. That stuff stresses me out. Okay. We're going to end this all on one last question. Are you ready for it?
Let's do it.
It's specific for you, Vicki. This one comes from Shanice again. And it is, Vicki, what does a bear alarm sound like?
It sounds like the sound that I make when I have to listen to your question, Shanice.
I want to hear it. Do a bear alarm sound.
Always has these. She gives so many questions that are just, but they're just working on my nerves, Shanice.
You're lucky. There's a few that I didn't read that would have made me very.
Shanice, I love you. Bear alarm. It's like it's a high pitched sound. If I was to impersonate it, it would be like a. It's too loud for me. I can't do it.
Is that a belch?
It's right here. It's like so loud. It's like a dog whistle. It's like that really high pitched sound.
Mariah?
It's like a Mariah. It's like you pull the pin. There's a pin. You pull it, and then it makes the noise.
Okay, can I try it? Is it like this?
That's pretty close. That's close. The bears would be running away.
So that's what I have to do if I run into a bear. I just got to go.
Yes, but don't make. Also, you don't want to make eye contact. Do not make eye contact, because once you make eye contact, you're lovers for life. This is true. Also, if that doesn't work, if none of that works, you got to get down on the ground and you got to play dead. I'm not kidding here. You got to get down on the ground. You got to play dead, like you're just a dead piece of fish. You're like, and then you just got to wait there, and they're gonna come sniff you out. They're gonna sniff you. They might bat you, be like, you're still there.
Does it hurt when they bat you?
I haven't been batted in a long time.
Would you ever walk out to a field and just lay there hoping a bear comes to bat you?
Every day in Smithers. School's out. Bye, guys. You don't want to fuck with the bear, honey. They are cute and Winnie the Pooh and all that, but bears are not, Have you seen Grizzly Man?
No, what's that?
Documentary. Oh, everybody watch this before we go. Watch Grizzly Man. This guy who's crazy, he used to want to go sit with the bears and grizzlies, and then one day the grizzly ate him.
Is that in the documentary? Did they get that on film?
Yeah, they got the whole thing on film. It's really spooky. It's really creepy. But it's funny, too. It's actually really funny.
Who filmed that?
He did.
He filmed himself getting eaten?
Oh, he was taking a documentary of it. Yes.
Did the bear release the footage? Okay, Sonar is asking us a question specifically for you, Vicki, again. I can't believe I forgot to ask about Vicki's llama training. Quickly, briefly, we have 1 minute left of this pod.
Well, it's llama/alpaca training. They're different. I train both of them. I could ride a llama. I took them through obstacle courses. I brought them to the Calgary Stampede, and I did a whole obstacle course. We rocked it through a pool, down a teeter-totter. I showed it off. I won a ribbon.
Do you have video of that?
from 1996, 7? No.
Camcorders existed. I have home movies from earlier than that.
I was a kid in a bush. You think we had money for camcorders? I couldn't even watch myself in a mirror. We didn't afford mirrors.
Is that real?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
I am the Chriselle. I'm kidding.
Oh my God, stop. You're smelly. Which one was your favorite, llama or alpaca? The Sonar Network wants to know.
Zeus. I keep trending on this. My favorite alpaca was Zeus. He was a little fluffy, brown one. He had a little beard like Zeus. He was the most adorable little alpaca. Oh my God. He was my precious baby.
Oh, I love that.
So fucking cute. Ugh.
Little Zeus. Do you think he's on Facebook? Can you reconnect?
He may be dead.
Oh, no.
But we're going to end on this. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for watching our live podcast on the Bad Dog Network. That's what it's called, the Bad Dog Network?
Yeah, the Bad Dog Comedy TV is what it is.
Specifically, and you can check us out on the Sonar Network for all our podcasts and all the other podcasts they have.
Follow us on Instagram. Those are our handles right there, including the Squirrel Talk podcast. I do great work on there. And also, come back to Bad Dog Comedy TV. Make sure you subscribe to them because they have programming almost every day of the week. It is always funny, always local and diverse. It's a wonderful, wonderful channel they're doing here. So come check out more shows.
Can I end on one final thing? Bad Dog Theater, I fucking love you. In terms of venues, I have done a lot of drag shows at Bad Dog. So these kind of venues matter. Bad Dog, Comedy Bar, all these venues, specifically Bad Dog. Thank you very much for everything you've done and for being supportive of every art form.
That's right. And Bad Dog is another place that lost their space due to COVID, but they've pivoted and transferred all their shows to online. They've done incredible work. And you can donate to Bad Dog. If you go to baddogtheater.com, there is a donate button in their show section. So make sure you go ahead and do that.
I love it. Go check it out. Squirrels. And thank you so much for joining us. And check out our podcast. We have some more coming out later this next week, Monday, Tuesdays.
BadDogTV.com/donate. And thank you to Connor, our wonderful tech today. Thank you, Connor.
Thank you, Connor. I appreciate it.
And we love you all in the audience. Miss Mosu is here. Hi, Miss Mosu.
Hi, everybody. Thank you to our audience for watching us. Thank you for sharing in this shit-talking extravaganza.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, Selena. Bye.
We love you. Donate.